Releasing compensation with true unity. Compensation sounds like a neutral thing if you say, I will do this for you and you will compensate me with money or something else. But what we're talking about here is the trap of feeling that you're not good enough and that you somehow need to compensate for living your life, for being who you are. And you will see that happening a lot in your relationships where you feel you have to be extra nice, extra sweet, extra helpful, extra available, and because of that, you do not receive anything back. You're not giving freely from open heart energy. You're giving because you want to fill that hole of compensation. And all this kind of compliments or kindness goes back into it, and the hole never gets filled. Sometimes people are very aware that they feel they need to compensate because they're not good enough, and they will notice that they feel insecure. Other times, this is a subconscious belief, and people think that they're actually very good and are doing very good. So, how do you know you're compensating? You know you're compensating if you have trouble seeing yourself as a good kid. Everybody knows all kids are good, some are just more difficult to raise. And if you feel as a kid you were too difficult, too mouthy, too rebellious, too whatever it is, this is sometimes something that you've noticed that you're trying to compensate in your adult life. So it's very important to see where you're compensating and to see what kind of damage it does. You never receive anything and you will grow very resentful. If you notice you have problems with resentment, you can check out True Unity Release Resentment to help you out there. But for today, we are really going to work on this core problem of compensation. If you've never done any of these True Unity videos before, you can check out True Unity Explained or simply follow along with the steps. So the first thing to do is the opposite of compensation is to be secure in who you are, in your boundaries, what you're willing to give, what you're not willing to give, whether it's time, money, energy, love, whatever it is. But the first thing to do is to understand that you are good enough. And this is really a tough step for a lot of people, but we're still going to do it. I am good enough. Just breathe in and out. If you notice that this is hard for you, you might notice a lot of resistance taking the step forward. You might notice that you feel very uncomfortable in this idea. You might have a lot of inspiration saying, oh, I'm not good enough because I'm not good at this, or I'm not good at that, or I failed at this, or I failed at that. Just breathe in and out. And if you need some help feeling good enough, you can always ask higher power, God, the universe, whatever you're comfortable with, so you can understand your value. Just breathe in and out. And when you reach that sense of peace, you understand that we are human beings. We are not human doings. So you do not have to do anything to prove yourself to yourself or to others. So the next step is to understand I have value. And your value is just in being. Thank you for being a soul on this earth with me at this time. I have value. And you might notice that you stand more proudly, that you feel more secure. Yes, this is what you are, a valued soul. If you still have trouble, just breathe in and out so you feel more comfortable in the idea that you have value. If you have trouble noticing what your value is, again, you can always ask heaven and you'll receive an answer that you're valuable. So just breathe. And then we need to reclaim our freedom. So we'll stop compensating and just understand we're free to be ourselves. I am free to be myself. Just breathe in and out. If you don't feel free, clear, and happy at this point, you can always ask me for a free intake so we can go in depth where the compensation comes from. Or, of course, you can redo the video or try out any of the other True Unity videos to help you see where you're still compensating.